Are you dissatisfied with what you see, my love? Are you, George? Let's play The Curse of the Mantle. Hello and welcome to Hula No Play Short in Horror Games. Today I'm going to play a game by Asatiir. This is a walking simulator, I think. And this is an adaptation of a short story. I've never heard of this before, but apparently it was aired on NBC Radio 1944. That's so long ago. Shortly before I was born. And it's about a governor's niece, Lady Eleanor, receiving a cursed mantle. So it's a browser game. I think it's a Game Boy game, so you can download it and then use it for, like, I guess, modern Game Boy setups where you can also play download files. I don't know. I never even owned a Game Boy. We were poor. No, I had a Nintendo, but I didn't get a Game Boy. Anyways. Out of the past, phantoms of a world gone by speak again their immortal tale. Ha, too fast! Listen. The bell has been tolling since the procession began. Rung upon it like hammer upon anvil, tolling for the damned. Ooh, they are bearing the mantle of Lady Eleanor. The cursed mantle? To be publicly burned. I hope not her, or is she already dead? And from where I stand, here in the dim cemetery above my own grave. It's an awkward cutoff of the sentence, but okay. I can see the procession moving slowly through the streets. George Hellwise is at the head. Behind him upon a litter gleams the magnificent mantle. How many eyes, sick with the disease, watch this procession? How many dead, like myself, listen to the tread of their feet? How many recall the events that led to this feverish evening? In spring. It begins when these dead walked, and these diseased laughed. Ha 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 ha. That's Eleanor. It begins in her uncle's, the governor's mansion, in the room with the great mirror. The chandelier was ablaze with candles, and she stood there, the Lady Eleanor, gazing at herself in the mirror. Behind her sat George Hellwise, her fiancé. Oh, he looked horrible. He probably looked better back then. Oh, there he is. I can walk. Okay, you gotta do it. It's the law. Can I look at this? No, probably not. Okay, I can't. Eleanor. Well, it's not too pretty, but it's okay. George. You've stared at your glass a long time, Ellen. Eleanor. Yes, I have. Are you dissatisfied with what you see, my love? Are you, George? Oh, am I dissatisfied with a lovely summer's day? But come, look at me. I'm by far the more eloquent mirror. That one is silent while I proclaim the beauty I see. Yet the real mirror is more honest, for it shows me as I really am. Then I am its voice. A man's voice. And a lover's. Yet I am not satisfied. I am but another weed in the garden. What is it, my lady? You stare so earnestly at yourself. Oh, do I? I've only been imagining how I should look like in my new mantle, George. Oh, the mantle again. Nothing like it has ever been seen. It is woven and stitched as if it were the work of gods. Or the work of devils. Are you listening to foolish tales, George? I do not know whether they are foolish tales, Ellen. I do know, though, there is something uncanny about your seamstress, Mrs. Willows. True, she has cause for being half mad, bedridden for all these years, but it's something else. There have been hints and outright accusations about it. Such as? That she is in league with the devil. Yes, laugh, my lady. Call it schoolboy fears or what you will. Nonetheless, I'm a God-fearing man, and I do not trust her. What would you have me do, George? Do not take the mantle, Ellen. Do not wear it. Do not ever go to Mrs. Willows again. I'm going for it this day. In fact, I'm going now. Will you accompany me? You will not listen to me? No. All right, then. I will go with you. Now. I love it. I'm in love. This is look at them. Look at her. She already has a... So I thought a mantle is like a furniture piece. But I guess because a mantle in German is actually a coat. But mantle in English I thought was just furniture. But I guess in your olden days it was also a coat. But she already has a very nice coat. Alright, let's see what Mrs. Willows is up to when she's in league with the devil. She doesn't answer, Ellen. She might be sleeping. Open the door. We'll wake her. How rude. Oh, here, my fine birds. In the bed, see? Mrs. Willows never gets up to leave her work. Oh, it's not... Who was the voice? I thought that was Mrs. Willows. No. She's late here. No, was it him? Oh my god, I confused the names now and stitched a winding sheet all these years. It is I, Lady Eleanor. I come for a... Mrs. Willows, I come for a mantle. A special mantle. Yes. A covering fit for a queen. Isn't it pretty? Look at it. The devil never had one lovelier. Is it the devil's mantle? Yeah, is that... No. Is that the title? I don't remember. Well, I cannot see well. It's so dim. Then open the shutters. Open them up, young man. Yes. Yes, of course. Would you have your lady miss her treasure in the dark? Ooh. Ugh. Gasp. Oh, it has eyes. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, look at it. It lays like a royal beast across me lap. Blood red with cunning gold. Heh, heh, heh. I've stitched all a madman learns into it. Aye, all a sick bad teaches. Is it finished? You'll wear it then? Still hot from my fingers, eh? Ooh. That's me before I had my coffee. And after I had my coffee. Ah! That's courage, my bird. Yes, yes, it is done. Every last stitch in proper place. Oh. It wants to go to you. I can feel it stirring beneath my fingers. Patience. Patience. I've also waited a long time. Patience. Ellen. Come. Put it on, milady. Put it on, and gaze at yourself at my mirror. Over there, let me look upon you both. Have a soul of an artist. Do we walk? Yes, we walk. Where's the mirror? Whoop. Eleanor heeded George's warnings as much as she desired to don Mrs. Willow's mantle. She felt uneasy that evening. Someone or perhaps something else in Willow's home kept an ever-watchful eye on her every move. Oh, she didn't take the mantle. Plot twist! Years have passed. George and Eleanor wed. Eleanor inherited her uncle's mansion, and George took the governor's title. The Helweises lived a long and prosperous life together, but sometimes she wonders, would things have played differently that evening if she wore Willow's mantle? Oh, did I make a choice? And what of Mrs. Willow's? What indeed? Oh, ooh, okay. Oh. Well, I guess that's of Mrs. Willow's. End here. And now, put it on and gaze at yourself at my mirror over there. Let me look upon you both. I have the soul of an artist. So how? Oh, Ellen, don't. There she is. I've never seen such a beautiful thing. Never. Take it. That's it, my beauty. Fasten the clasp now quickly, and look. The eyes, they're so funny, but I love the visuals. Oh, you've never seen a beauty, have you? It turns a pretty girl into an imperious queen, doesn't it? Yes, my mantle has royal gift to offer. Empires are sacked for beauty such as yours now. You have power and regal pride. The clock is running down. Is it time, master? Tick, tock, tick, tock. Ellen, take it off. It's cursed, cursed, I beg of you. Fling it off. Quiet. Give it back before it's too late, Ellen. Don't be a fool. So it is time. Yes, I've passed it on. We've an heir, master. An heir. Tick tock. Tick tock. She's dead. Dead. Oh. She doesn't care anymore. She's evil. The mantle is beautiful. Her beauty was an incredible thing now, haughty and commanding like a goddess's. For when she wrapped herself in the mantle, she wrapped herself in a cold and terrible pride. For all at once, she changed. Scorn for ordinary mortals reared itself beside Her Majesty. Do I click or does it change automatically? I think I have to click, but only after a while. And people cursed her and her mantle. Yeah, because if I click immediately, it doesn't work. But now it does. Huh. All love was frozen in her. Now she looked upon George Helwise with contemptuous eyes. Ooh. One day, he came to the governor's mansion. Oh yeah, because he didn't become, so they never... Oh. He arrived when the Lady Eleanor was in the garden. Look at her, clucking like a chicken. Bok, 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 bok. Surrounded by Dr. Clark, Captain Langland, and Mr. Roberts, the school teacher. Bachelors? No doubt you do find it strange, Mr. Roberts. I'd only thought it curious, milady. I mean nothing. I do, Ellen. I haven't seen the young man for some time. An old sentimentalist notices such things. I'm not flattered by your interest, Doctor. Who is this man you speak of? They will all sound the same because I'm bad with dark voices or deep voices, so, you know, whatever. An epitaph, Captain Langland. I'm afraid you never met at subject. Shall we speak of other things? Ooh. Milady. Yes. Begging your pardon, milady, but there's a gentleman in the hall. Who is it? Master George, ma'am. The devil! Tell him I'm away. Well, Doctor, how are your sentiments faring now? Are you still here? Excuse me, ma'am, but he knows you're here. He's seen you through the window. You fool! Did you let him in? Oh, did you let him? Sorry. How well. You must excuse me, gentlemen. I've a ghost to be laid away. Ah. Ellen. Yes. It wasn't easy for me to come here. I'm not one to bear the role of... It turned out dark gracefully. Is that how you picture yourself? Yes, that and sometimes more. Oh, have you no pity left? Throw out the mantle, Ellen. Burn it! It turned you into a marble statue. A soulless being. Burn it, Ellen. The door, Mr. Helwise, is behind you. There's still time, yes. Let our love consume it. Burn the mantle. Listen to me, and listen well. We are as far apart as the mountain's tops are from the bottom of the sea, as the sky from the earth, as the living from the dead. All that you stand for, goodness and pious love and humility, is all hateful to me. Ooh, wow, she's very open about her being evil. I will have none of this kind of human trough. Trough? Ellen! Your kind would believe God in a patch of paradise. Oh, it's not Ellen anymore, it's someone else. It's the air. Your kind would believe God in a patch of paradise. I demand empire. You would creep along with pious caution, while I will lead the world. I will have grapes in the dead of winter. I will command trees' greenery to stand firm against the winter. I will hear nightingales and larks in the desert. Power. Power! I shall be cloaked in it. All nature will perform for me, while you grovel in the dust. Get away from me! What has the mantle made of you, Ellen? Your enemy, Mr. Helwise. Oh, your enemy, Mr. Helwise. Sorry. Ooh, okay, Ellen. Wow, calm it down with the creepiness. Your deadly enemy. The desire for power grows like a malignant cancer in the body. And as the days went by, the name of Lady Eleanor became a hateful one amongst the people. More and more she withdrew from them, keeping regally aloof, like some cold and isolated tower. Okay, there we go. Even upon the night of her uncle's, the governor's reception, she stood imperious, her mantle ruby red and gleaming upon her shoulders. That was a cool visual. You're looking extraordinarily beautiful tonight, my lady. What were you saying, Captain? That you are beautiful tonight. Don't you think so, Doctor? Is it time yet? Time? The devil! I mean, what time is it? Oh, it's 9 o'clock, milady. Are you expecting someone? I don't know. The evening is unbearably long. What time did you say, Captain? 9 o'clock, milady. Is that all? The night drives a rusty chariot. Well, who is here tonight? Why, everyone, milady. Without much trouble, I can see. The King's Commission, Lord and Lady Rathcliffe, Mr. John, and many others. And George Hellwise. Where? Oh, she's like, oh, she's so angry. Behind you, milady. What are you doing here? Listen to me, Helen. It's not too late. Drink this wine. Drink from this goblet and pass it among the guests. Dude, no, that's sketchy. Even if I'm evil in my evil mantle, that's... No, I'm not drinking that opened glass. I don't even know what's in there. Good Lord, it's a communion vessel. Yes, it's holy wine, Ellen. Holy. You must believe me. Drink, and let others drink from the same cup. Let them see that you are not withdrawn from human love. Drink, and we will burn the mantle. Man, he's not giving up, eh? Take a hint, George. Go amongst the cowards, for your converts, Mr. Hellwise, win over the inglorious meek. I repeat, I shall wear an empire for a diadem in my hair. You must drink, Alan, you must. The wine may be poison. He looks like Gaston from The Beauty and the Beast. That's amazing. Seize him. Oh, man, we're getting a proper anime fight. Don't be ridiculous. What happened? Is he grabbing her mantle? You clumsy ox. You spattered my mantle. I'll have you beaten into a pulp. Ooh. Ack! What's the matter, Ellen? A chair. Quickly, a chair. Cast the mantle from you, Ellen. I'm dizzy. Doctor. Yes, Ellen. Doctor, I must not die. Wow. She got some... Oh, yeah, because she got the holy water on her, right? I must not. You must help me. She fainted. The mantle, look. What? It glows like a thing alive. Like a thing alive. The plague began on that night, and its first victim was Captain Langland. Then, inexorably, it moved through the town, leaving like an invading army a path of ruin. Each house had its tears, and each house rang with curses for Lady Eleanor. She, and she alone, had provoked God's anger, they said. Well, maybe the holy water has angered the devil. Maybe everything would have been fine without George. Have you ever thought about that? But was it his anger? Was it? Was it? Miraculously, Dr. Clark remained untouched by the disease that seized the town. And all day long he moved in and out of sick rooms, a grey-haired, weary man. He would not rest in spite of the urging pleas of his housekeeper. Oh. But you cannot go all night like this, Doctor. Only the dead have the privilege of resting, Mrs. Barnes. Well, at least eat the food I cooked for you. You'll be in the churchyard yourself in no time. If you can find room for me there, 6 funerals passed me today, and no one was weeping. No one has tears left anymore, and the bell is still tolling. It's her mantle. Eh? It's her cursed mantle. Has the plague struck her? Her skin is lily white, I warrant. The Lady Eleanor, the devil's lady. Nonsense, Mrs. Barnes. I know. You and your books of science. I beg your pardon, Doctor, but there's a lot that's not in your books. Mrs. Barnes, Oh, who is it? I'll go see. Doctor, it is I, Sarah. Who the fuck are you? Mr. Roberts, the school teacher. He's fainted and the fever's burning him. When did this happen? The eyes, they're so hilarious. I love this. But this afternoon, sir. Mrs. Barnes, get me my bag. But your meal, Doctor. Oh, but your meal, Doctor. You've had no lunch this day, I'm sure. Trust, but James Roberts might not have breakfast tomorrow. He has much less time than I. Much less, Mrs. Barnes. Much less. We need to do that more often, right? Repeat stuff for emphasis. Just to be like super emotional about it. Kind of feels like something that would be fun and maybe also effective. Is that you, Doctor? Aye, James, it is I. Oh, good. There's a great deal to say. It's hot. Open the window, Sarah. Open one. Don't twist so, James. You're going to open a window, Sarah. A lot to say, Doctor. A lot. He's claiming his bill now, Doctor. A goodly sum. Who is? The horned gentleman. The Lady Eleanor's banker. You know, credit. Unearthly beauty. Costs lives. Has this nonsense gotten you too, James? Doctor. Yes? Doctor, is there a bell tolling? Aye, James. There's nothing you could do to stop it, is there? Ah, to make such a dismal clang. No, nothing. Doctor, Doctor, listen to me. Doctor, Doctor! Wasn't there like an 80s song? I've been speaking to George Helwise. Burn the mantle. Oh, this again. Go to her room and seize it, for the contagion is there. James, be still. No, you must listen. You're a doctor. I'm also a man of science. That is inadequate now. You must burn it. That's my three exclamation marks. Doctor. It's like, Doctor, Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. Okay, yes. Oh, he looks like shit. Ooh, is he dead? James. James? Sarah, the window, you can shut it now. He's dead now. Dead. Wow, I wasn't expecting. This was amazing. This is so cinematic. I'm so, like, this is so cool. This is so cool. He came down to the streets again, an old man with exhausted eyes. There was a funeral passing, a half-dozen mourners bearing a small casket. He turned and began walking away. Suddenly, he heard a voice calling. Doctor! Dr. Clark! Dr. Clark! He stopped and turned back. There was a man running towards him. Another one, thought the doctor. Well, who is it now? The Lady Eleanor. What? She seemed well enough this morning, Doctor, but... Did Elwise burn her mantle? Oops, sorry. Ow, 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 my butt hurts. Ow, and I'm clinking against the mic over and over again. If you permit me, sir, I will go up. Yes, do. Oh, here, wait. I will walk with you. Doctor? Yes, Your Excellency. I'm not an ignorant nor a credulous sort of man. I have the utmost contempt for superstition, but the mantle. I don't care about foolish tales either, Doctor, but I've heard some, well... That the mantle is cursed? Aye, that's it in a nutshell. Nonsense of that kind, I don't like it. What's that? George Helwise. What are you doing in this house? What do you want? Her, look! A red banner of the epidemic. Yes, for her. Are you mad, George? Will you make a mockery of the girl's suffering? Death and disease are in the form of Lady Eleanor, and I am their banner-bearer. Now, George, listen to me. We were friends in better days. You shared some confidences with me. I know you loved her. I promised to do all in my power to save her. But you must not go near her. Save her. She whose very breath breathes a okay. She whose very breath breathes a poison, whose mantle shaken death and pestilence upon us. Never was so great a curse visited upon us as the Lady Eleanor. How dare you, sir? Get out! I must see the queen in her awful beauty of pestilence. I must see God's work. She challenged his order. She raised her will like a host of spears against him, and like the fallen angel she has been cast down. I must see the plague queen. Was seeing her help? As water to the thirsty, as succor to the abandoned. Give me your hand, George. I will take you to her chamber. Here is a chamber. I'll open the door, you go in. It's dim. I do not see her. Call her. Oh, mixed up the voices, sorry. Lady Eleanor. Ellen. She doesn't answer. Enter and keep calling. Is it a trap? It's a trap! George, it's a trap. But he survives because we saw him leading the funeral march for Eleanor. Ellen, it is I, George Helwise. Can you hear me? She needs an heir. Will Elwise turn into an heir? Water. A drop of water. My throat. Burning. Water. On the table. In a moment. Is he turning on the light? Here, drink it. Ooh. Who are you? George Helwise, Ellen. Ah, the scavengers gather. Go away, I'm not dead yet. Ha, ha. Where's the mantle, Ellen? Ellen. These are the grapes that I have gathered in winter. This is the empire glittering in my hair. I have been trapped. Where is it, Ellen? She lied, George, she lied. She said that power would be mine. She said that glory would be mine. That I would be an imperial queen on earth, a royal consort, a shining evening star. But she did not say death's consort. No, she did not say that. Have you hidden it, Ellen? All men were her enemies, and through me she struck back at them. I was the gatekeeper, George. The gatekeeper. Ellen, the mantle. Ooh! What? What did you say? The mantle, where is it? Oh. There it is. She's wrapped up in it. It's around me. I'm wearing it. Ellen. This is royal darling. Oh, this is royal darling. I wanted to say, this is royal dying, my man. All queens take their glory with them, and the prisoner is buried in his chains. No, Ellen, no! And you are all avenged by it. My bit of splendor is almost done. They will ask for the crown jewels back, and I will go out through the servants' entrance. No, Ellen, you will get well, you will! Poor lad. Eleanor, question mark. It's not Eleanor anymore. You love the exiled queen still. If there is pity left in me, I would pity you. But as a close friend of the exiled queen, believe me, she is worth no man's love. Water, water, my throat is burning. Water. Oh, she's dead. She's dead. He's like... George! George! Yes, Doctor? Did you see her? Yes, I did. And is she... What are you carrying? They're across your arms, George. Sorry, awkward sentence. They're not the mantle, George! Oh, I hope you burn it. Don't wear it. The mantle, Doctor. The mantle. The procession is almost there. Oh yeah, they want to burn it. They burn the mantle before the province house and let the wind take command of the ashes. From where I stand beside my own grave, my own tombstone, I can see George Helwise entering the square. Who am I? Why did I die? Hey! His mouth is working as if he was shouting. But I don't hear the words. There. They've lowered the mantle now. Is he wearing it? Instead of burning it? No, they're burning it. Okay. I've just, thought a little bit of a twist. And they're building a funeral pyre. About the square strides George Helwise, waving his crimson banner aloft. He stalks the living like death himself. They're finished. Someone is coming forward with a blazing torch. A wall of fire leaped up about the mantle, enveloping it. A ruddy glare glows on the walls of houses, on the people's faces, and on the blood-red banner in George's hand. And it is done. The mantle is consumed. Listen. That was a long wait. The bell has stopped tolling. Woo! But based on the short story Lady Eleanor's Mantle by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Yeah, I know Nathaniel Hawthorne. I have to look up what he did. I wonder if I read something he did. Adapted by the Weird Circle, presented, recreated by Asatiir's Tales. Amazing recreation. I really enjoyed this so much. That was a super pleasant surprise. I was expecting something cool because of the visuals, and in general, I think the idea of adapting a very old classic horror tale, it should be, something that has been done all the time, but it's so rare. In horror games, which is a shame because there's so many amazing stories out there. And I think there's also a lot of stories out there that are basically public comments, so you don't, you can actually use them and tell them. And yeah, I think the few ones I played, or the few ones that I stumbled upon, they were all great. Because I think it's always someone who really appreciates, first of all, horror literature, so they're probably more likely to have a good sense for, pacing and just good framing for storytelling, etc. So it's always a very loving, not reference, a very loving adaptation. Fantastic work. Good lord. That was such an amazing thing. A lot longer than I expected, but man, did I enjoy this. Okay. Recording worked. Hawthorne. Was it Nathaniel? Nathaniel. The Scarlet Letter. Oh, that was him. I don't think I've ever read that. I know it's pretty much a thing you have to read in America, but I'm from Germany, so that wasn't on our book list. I don't think I've read any of his short stories. But they all sound pretty cool. Dr. Heidegger's Experiment? Man, I don't mind if I do. I kind of want to know what this is about. Lady Eleanor's Mantle. Okay. So, it's... I'm reading from Wikipedia, by the way. I can add the link to the description. Lady Eleanor's Mantle is the third legend in the 4-part short story Legends of Province House. So that's cool. So it's about one house, an anthology. and then the short 4 stories play in that house. That is cool. That is very cool. Hawthorne mentions that this story takes place shortly after Shute assumed the governorship of Massachusetts Bay Colony. That was in 1716. From 1721 to 1722, Boston suffered from a smallpox epidemic. I like that the story itself is very... It could be supernatural, but it doesn't have to be, because it could also be that the old woman actually had the smallpox. And if she worked on that mantle for such a long time, obviously she gave it, you know, she kind of put it on there, and then she, you know, put it into, I don't know, maybe she sneezed into the mantle. Or bled into it. I don't know. But it could have been, you know, the mantle itself as not just a devil thing, but really just this normal thing that, you know, contained like smallpox, whatever. And then after, because everyone got sick after the big party, so that also might, you know, be one of the reasons. And maybe Eleanor, at first, maybe she was resilient, you know, resistant towards it, and then later on, maybe she succumbed in any case. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I mean, it's a great story. But also, it was so cool. It was so well made. It was just... I mean, I loved all the... I always love, with these kind of walking simulators, these kind of story adaptations, you know, visual novels, graphic novels, I think... not graphic novels, like visual novels, yeah, let's call it that. That's a much nicer name also for you, developer, than walking simulator. Because walking simulator, I know it's a term that's kind of controversial because a lot of people use it in a disparaging way, which I would never. I love walking simulators, but I think this is a visual novel, and it's very well done, because there's so many cool ideas where to put animations, you know, how to frame characters, where to put the little animations where you walk, where to put the text. Like, there's so much scripting and storyboarding going into it, you know. It's really like doing your own little short movie, and I really appreciated it. I thought, like, it was so cool. I was really immersed. It was very, very well done. Yeah. How did you like it? What do you think? Smallpox or the devil? Could be both. What's your choice? I always go with the devil, because I like the idea, you know. I always like the supernatural stuff. But in a way, I'm more inclined to think in this case it was probably just the smallpox in the mantle, you know, that the old lady gave it to Lady Eleanor. And maybe Elwise was just immune, because some people are. Maybe he was not just immune, but also, you know, gave it to other people. Who knows? Yeah, he was the witch. He was the devil all along. Anyways, yeah, what's your opinion? Also, if you're new to this channel, I play a lot of short indie horror games. And I do like, you know, unusual types in games that are more about stories. And are a little bit quirky and a little bit fun. So if you enjoy that, feel free to subscribe. And I promise you, look, I'm your beau. You're going to an old creepy lady to get a weird mantle that has like eyes on it to be more beautiful. Hey, you do you. But if I suspect that mantle is like dangerous and creates death and whatnot, I mean, look, it's simple communication theory. You can't just always, you know, shout the mantle, burn the mantle. You have to be smart about it, you know, be a little bit more subtle. You know, maybe say, oh, that mantle, that color, that doesn't suit you. You're more like an autumn, and this red, that's more like, you know, what is it, winter? I don't know what color. You know, so you should maybe try this one, this mantle that's very beautiful, just to compare. And then while she's comparing it, you just throw it in the fire, and you made sure that was on. And there we go. That's it. It's so easy. You know, instead of just badgering on about burn the mantle, Eleanor, burn the mantle. You know, that's not how you do it. So, subscribe. Anyways, I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful day. And maybe see you next time. Bye! This is my self-recorded outro song, so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.